Archivist, calm, detached. The file was discovered among unmarked VHS tapes in a local sheriff archive. Timestamp reads 02:17 a.m. Reports from several states describe encounters with a tall male figure walking along rural roads at night. Witnesses consistently report a man of unnaturally thin build, dressed in dark, ill-fitting clothing, moving with an almost predatory grace. His face is fixed in a grotesque grin, unnaturally wide, as though the muscles are locked in a permanent expression. Witnesses report an immediate sense of unease upon noticing him, notes the first transcript. Dashcam footage from multiple vehicles shows blurry shapes along country roads. On several recordings, the figure can be seen at the roadside, staring directly into the lens, yet no car headlights reflect off him. A peculiar pattern emerges. Whenever an observer stops for more than 3 seconds, the figure appears closer in subsequent frames. No footprints, tire marks, or environmental disturbance accompany these sightings. Local wildlife reportedly freezes in his presence. Witnesses consistently describe the same effect. Looking away, then back, the figure has moved closer. Some report the road feeling distorted, as though reality itself stretches toward him. Act 2. Discovery. Eyewitness reports escalate in frequency and intensity. One motorist from Iowa recalls seeing the figure along a 10-mile stretch of highway. "I looked away for just a moment, then he was in my lane," the transcript reads. Several dashcam footages capture a shadowy humanoid form. In the recordings, his grin widens as he approaches, appearing almost animate in the distortion. Low-frequency hums, impossible to replicate mechanically, accompany his proximity. The sounds create a sense of nausea, vertigo, and cold dread. A local resident reported walking his dog late at night when he noticed the figure in a field beyond the road. The entity remained stationary at first, then began gliding toward him when he dared to observe too long. Witness describes, "It wasn't walking, it was floating, and that smile." Shaken. "It knew I was watching, it enjoyed it." Investigators attempting to approach the figure report that GPS trackers and phone cameras fail. Devices glitch, video becomes corrupted, and audio distorts into unrecognizable frequencies. The sounds create a sense of nausea, vertigo, and cold dread. A local resident reported walking his dog late at night when he noticed the figure in a field beyond the road. The entity remained stationary at first, then began gliding toward him when he dared to observe too long. Witness describes, "It wasn't walking, it was floating, and that smile." Shaken. "It knew I was watching, it enjoyed it." Investigators attempting to approach the figure report that GPS trackers and phone cameras fail. Devices glitch, video becomes corrupted, and audio distorts into unrecognizable frequencies. Archivist. Calm, detached. Act 3. Confirmation. By 2024, local law enforcement compiled multiple near-collision reports. Witnesses recall seeing the man smiling directly before stepping aside at the last possible moment. Surveillance video from a roadside diner captures a shadow passing beneath streetlights. In slow-motion playback, the grin seems to widen unnaturally with each frame. Victims report sudden chills, cold sweats, and an instinctive, overpowering urge to flee. Those who attempt to communicate report hearing faint, distorted laughter. One officer recorded a trembling voice stating, "He watches you. That smile isn't friendly." Expert analysis confirms no human or animal could move at the observed speed while maintaining the proportions displayed. The entity seems selectively perceptive of observers, reacting to prolonged gaze with direct approach. Additional reports note subtle psychological effects on victims, short-term memory lapses after encounter, persistent feeling of being followed at night, sleep disturbances lasting weeks. Several recovered VHS tapes document the entity approaching vehicles at high speed, yet leaving no physical trace. The combination of video distortion, audio anomalies, and eyewitness consistency suggests an unexplained phenomenon. Act 4. Confrontation. The final entry describes a driver who stopped entirely to observe the figure. According to the transcript, "I couldn't look away. The smile, it stretched wider as if it were impossible. Then I felt it behind me." Shaken whisper. The dashcam recorded the figure suddenly in the car lane, only inches from the hood. In the last few frames, the grin seems closer than physically possible. The next recording shows the road empty, tire marks fading unnaturally, and the car positioned ahead as if time had skipped. When police arrived after an emergency call, the driver was trembling, unable to speak for hours. Physical evidence vanished. No footprints, no vehicle disturbances, no trace of the entity. Multiple eyewitnesses report recurring dreams. A tall man with a fixed, grotesque smile approaching slowly, always reaching toward them. The dreams are accompanied by a faint, low-frequency hum. File SM02 closed. No further reports.